Everybody wants to kill Bill. Kill Bill 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Nosferino, Nosferatu.
We are here encountering the vampire.
Bill Willem. Billum.
Willem.
Yeah.
Huge congratulations on
Right.
Nosferatu. Bill, your whole transformation in this just blew me away. Who out of the cast had the best reaction when they saw you for the first time?
Oh, great question. Oh, God,
Bad answer.
Bad answer. Exactly. That's right. Yeah. Great question. Terrible answer. I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea. I think I was so, I wasn't present in the way of just going like, what do you think I look like? I was like, but of course, I think Lily was like, she had the most intimate scenes with me. So I think she was just like, oh my God. I think she was genuinely terrified. And then, and because you're wearing it, but you're also in a very sort of fragile state when you're working and the voice and everything, and then people, then they go, oh, and they just look at you and revel at the work of David White's prosthetic. Yeah.
Does evil come from within us or from beyond?
We see how Nosferatu haunts people in their dreams, and I was wondering for you guys if you ever dream about your characters when you're working on a project like this.
Not specifically about the characters, but obviously related things. The most normal thing is if you're living in the skin of something for 12 hours a day, when you go home, it does enter your dreams. But it's mostly about working with the people and just the mood on the set, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I don't think it's as direct. You don't dream literally like that. It's usually filtered through lots of things.
It's interesting, I was speaking to Lily Rose, and she was saying that she writes letters to her characters to almost invite them into her dreams.
Whoa!
Yeah, she said it's a
Okay.
technique that she does, which I found really, really cool.
Yeah.
I've heard people write, yeah, that's interesting.
I would just go, Orlok, stay away.
Go
Do not
home.
enter my dreams.
Go
yeah, but I don't know. It's weird because for me playing Orlok, he wasn't like he came through me, but I didn't interact with him. So in that sense of for me, I felt that he was a part of me as opposed to being something that would visit. Yeah.
Watching this film feels just like the most beautiful nightmare that you almost don't want to end. And I was wondering, is there a particular scene in the original that you would love to be spliced into because it's such a classic?
Yeah. I was so familiar with the original one because I also played Max Schreck playing Orlok in a film that had more comic nature in 2000, I think, called Shadow of the Vampire by Elias Marriage. And I studied the film a lot, but this experience has momentarily kind of eclipsed my memory of that. But I like the stuff with her in the bedroom, I think,
Yeah.
His kind of, for lack of a better word, his seduction with her. That's what I remember very well. Before he was destroyed.
And the ending.
Yeah.
I mean, Nosferatu in SpongeBob will forever be iconic as well.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, he makes an appearance in SpongeBob, and it is...
I'm not privy to that, guys. I
Yeah.
gotta bone up on my SpongeBob.
It's
I
excellent.
studied that for hours.
To really get into
You're a real actor,
character.
you have to.
You have to. SpongeBob Nosferatu. That's an all-time classic.
The most important homework for this.
Yeah.
Very important serious question for you guys.
Uh-oh.
Who would you rather have dinner with? The Green Goblin, Pennywise, or Count Orlok?
I think the Goblin, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
He'd be Goblin and he'd be leaving you alone.
I don't think you have dinner with Orlok. You're part of the dinner yourself. Ask Nick what a dinner with Orlok is like because he's experienced it.
They chose Orlok.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bad.
But you've both obviously played some scary characters before. Is there a film that always really terrifies you?
I remember as a child, well, maybe not a child, but as a young person, I remember watching, I haven't seen it in years, but what's it called, Carnival of Souls? And we so frightened of it that we used to put a mirror next to the TV and watch it in the reflection so we could remove the image one time.
Oh, wow.
Which really shows how scared we were that it would kind of enter us.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I watched The Shining when I was very young, and that really left its mark on me. And then I rewatched it a bunch of times, and it's great.
Here's Johnny.
Nosferatu's voice alone is just terrifying. Bill, how much did it change when you were working on it?
The early versions of it, even for my camera test that I did, my audition for it, which was during COVID, and Robert was over Zoom in a film studio in Stockholm. So there's an actual real camera, and we did some lighting, and I had fake nails, and I slicked back my hair and stuff like that. And I think that voice is a sketch of what the actual voice turned out to be. I had 10 days with Robert where we would share back and forth kind of ideas, and he would share research material for me, and I would record and send and kind of tamper with it. That version of the voice was like, like I said, like a sketch, but it wasn't like it was way off. Do you know what I mean? And then I worked with an opera singer, Asa Junasdotter, to learn how to use your body and to place it as deep as you possibly could. I think in the beginning, it was more in the throat, and I wanted it to really to come from your pelvis, from beyond. It fleshed it out, and it, I was never satisfied. Like, I was constantly a thing that I was like, and I recorded myself so many times that even when we were shooting, I was like, I've gotten it better. By myself as doing it. So, but yeah.
Did you have a particular favourite word to say in his voice?
Also a great question. Wait for the terrible answer. Yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple.
The rolling the R's. Is
the rolling
juicy.
the R's. Yeah, there's actually a lot of great words. I also really enjoyed saying the Dacian words. Like Tomke Koima Komplenos, like all this. There was so much juice in the Dacian dialogue as well. That was like great because we worked with a scholar and a linguist to construct this dead language as closely to what it possibly sounded like or could have been. And the Dacian dialogues were wonderful to say. A lot of those words, yeah.
You're both phenomenal in this. Willem, you saying Nosferatu will forever be in my brain.
Okay.
I adore the way you say
Good.
it. It's perfect.
Okay,
Thank you
great.
so much.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.